Greetings, young Portal Masters. Welcome to part 5 of scaling Spectreman. We are now halfway through, and let me tell you now, we are really starting to turn the heat up on this verse. Let's dive in. Today, we'll be scaling Karuma, Sorus, and Satan King. A slightly overwhelming name if you ask me. So let's scale some kaiju. Starting with Karuma. Karuma is a traffic light monster, made from the imagination of a child who is struck by a car. Now I know what you're thinking, he already sounds weak as paper, but trust me, he's insanely powerful. Starting with his abilities, which include teleportation, smoke breath, and claws. Now what makes him so powerful, you may ask? Well, it has to do with his teleportation. As we see in the show, he can of course teleport like normal, aka instant traveling speeds. But later in the show, we see that he's able to teleport and just seemingly not exist for 30 seconds. Now I know what you're thinking, which is that he could have just gone somewhere random. But to that I say, why? That just seems stupid for the show to say or imply. Now it seems to be more likely is that he's going to his own pocket dimension, where he can observe our universe without us seeing him. And there's some stuff in the show that can back this up. Firstly, we see that once he had teleported out of existence, he waited for Sorus to move away from where he was going to re-teleport. Now before you say, well, he could just be invisible, not a single piece of Spectreman media ever mentions invisibility as one of his abilities. This proves Karuma was somehow watching what was going on without us being able to see him, or even without Sorus sensing him. We also see that he was able to stop a building mid-air, before he even teleported back to reality, showing that he can affect things without being visible there, at least to a third-dimensional being. Now, this is a little flawed, but I did ask a lot of power scalers, and the majority of them said yes, this would qualify him as fourth-dimensional. So there we are. We now have much faster than light movement speeds, and fourth-dimensional under the Spectreman belt. Now on to his statements, which all we really have is a statement, backing up that he can teleport, which is pretty obvious in the show. So that's it. So you could scale him into fourth dimensional, in instant speeds right now thanks to his teleportation. Next up is Sorus. And before I get into it, I just want to say, I love him. Moving on. Feats. He has a red beam. Whenever it hits, will instantly freeze. He can also cause earthquakes. One of his best feats of durability is when he took a kick from Spectreman and showed no damage, which would make him at least large planetary. We know this thanks to a statement that says Spectreman's kicks are one of his most powerful attacks, putting them above his Spectre Cutters, which were able to tear into Nezubirdon. He's also able to roll into a ball, just like Final Wars Anguirus. And most impressively, when he was revived along with 6 other kaiju, he single-handedly killed Satan King with low difficulty. Now on to his statements. He seems to have some kind of radar, which again, going back to Karuma, he couldn't even sense him. Again, giving, some credit to Karuma being fourth dimensional. And he was said to be able to destroy the world with his earthquakes. But as we see, he doesn't. And again, that's about it. So given that he was able to take attacks that are way more powerful than the ones that could cut through Nezubirdon, he would be into star range. But of course, since he was able to fight Karuma, he should also be fourth dimensional. And for anyone who doesn't know, fourth dimensional is also Uni+, so I don't know, I'm just mentioning that. And finally, Satan King. Firstly, his abilities include insane durability and a beam, though we're not going to be covering it because he literally only uses it once. Firstly, his feats. He absolutely ate Spectreman's attacks like nothing, showing no damage from any of his physical attacks, and even some of his light-based ones. He was able to throw him to the ground and catch Spectreman off guard, which would grant him faster than light movement speeds. And some in-show statements. Spectreman says, "He's the strongest enemy I've faced," meaning he should upscale the previous highest, which is Karuma. And of course, like we said, for the 12th time now, he's 4D. So he might be a few layers into 4D now. And finally, statements. He has radar eyes. So he would be somewhere in the 4D, and much faster than light speeds. Sorry again for the shorter episode, and sorry it's starting to get a little bit sloppy. In the show, kaiju are starting to come back that have already died in the past, and it's getting really wonky. Also, sorry if I sound weird, I bit the crap out of my tongue the other day, so it's hard to pronounce stuff. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys tomorrow. Keep collecting. Guess the guy out. See ya.